Stop everything! I have breaking news! It has been confirmed in some articles that I'll link down below that Jodie Whittaker is indeed leaving Doctor Who at the end of Series 13. There's going to be a special, probably on New Year's Day. It's not confirmed yet if it'll be Christmas or New Year's Day, or even if it'll be a special, if it'll just be an episode aired on Christmas Day or New Year's Day, depending on the scheduling. It might even be Christmas and New Year, but not specials, episode 7 and 8, basically. But basically, at the end of episode 8, or the special, Jodie Whittaker will regenerate into the 14th Doctor. And I'll say who it is because they've confirmed who the 14th Doctor is as well. I'll get onto them in a moment. But yeah, this confirms basically what we've been speculating for the last near 3 months. Since the rumours of Jodie Whittaker leaving after Series 13, or at the end of Series 13, I should be more precise, because saying after Series 13 could imply Series 14 or 15, or later. But yeah, at the end of Series 13, that once it's done, final episode, and apparently the final episode is in the writing stages, or wrapping up the draft, and it's going to go into production in a couple of months. So there's still time. There is, of course, time for her to change her mind. But if not, then she will leave at the end of either the Christmas or New Year special, or episode 8, depending on what they decide to do with the broadcast. It might be episode 8 on Christmas Day or New Year's Day, but it won't be a special. Depends what they decide to do with the broadcast dates. I've heard that episode 1 might possibly air on Halloween, so by that logic, it might be 7 episodes weekly, and then the last one is a special on New Year's Day, probably going by this era's track record. But like how Spyfall Part 1 was episode 1, not a special, when it aired on New Year's Day 2020, it was episode 1 of a series, not a special. Then it's possible that episode 8 of this series could air on a Christmas Day or New Year's Day without the need to be a special. But yeah, so it's sad to know that Jodie will be leaving at the end of Series 13, but it's also pretty exciting that we'll be also getting a new Doctor. And of course, it makes sense for Jodie to go after 3 series. That seems to be typical for Doctors, especially in the new series, after David Tennant, Matt Smith, and Peter Capaldi did 3 series. Patrick Troughton technically did 3, although he didn't complete the first one. He was just taking over from William Hartnell, who did 3 full seasons and then the start of the first. Peter Davison did 3 seasons, although the last story was with Colin Baker. And Sylvester McCoy did 3 seasons, although he would have done a 4th if they hadn't cancelled the show. So most of the Doctors have done 3 series, and in the case of the revived series ones, it's been over 4 to 5.5 years. And by the time Jodie leaves on New Year's Day 2022, at latest, it will probably be just over 4 years. So yeah, and who is going to be the lucky person who will take over the keys of the TARDIS and the controls of the TARDIS? Well, it's pretty much who I pretty much thought it was going to be. It's Jo Martin, the fugitive Doctor from Fugitive of the Judoon and the Timeless Children, will indeed be the 14th Doctor, and it's going to somehow they're going to tie that into her journey that we'll see in series 14 and 15, maybe series 16 if they ask Chibnall to stay on another series so that she has 3 series, or the next showrunner will do that, or otherwise the Fugitive Doctor, the 14th Doctor, she will only have 2 series. But if either Chibnall does another series, series 16, or if the next showrunner says, yeah, we can do our first series with Jo Martin, then the 14th Doctor could get 3 seasons. In fact, maybe even more if the new showrunner says, yeah, we could keep them around. Depends on the arc that we're going to go with. My guess is first series working with the Division, second series on the run from the Division, but sort of stopping them by the 60th anniversary. Potential third season, general adventures with the Division coming in at the very end. Saying, oh, you thought you got rid of us? Maybe not. Maybe not quite completely, and that's the regeneration story, perhaps. Or the Division is completely gone, and 14 can just go and do standard stuff. A bit like how the Third Doctor's era was completely on Earth for season 7, on Earth with a few outer space missions for the Time Lords in seasons 8 and 9, and then a mixture of Earth and space stories for seasons 10 and 11, and then the 4th Doctor was very into space or into time sometimes. So that's what we could be seeing with the 14th Doctor's first season working for the Division, then going on the run, which would take up most of the second season, and a potential third could be back to normal adventures with the potential of the Division coming back at the very end as the big bad boss at the very end, as the gaming terms are used, or perhaps just general adventures. Normally, maybe a new threat, perhaps, or a different returning threat. I'm not entirely sure yet, but that's a possibility. But yeah, it seems that Joe Martin's Fugitive Doctor will indeed be the 14th Doctor, and they will take over from New Year's Day 2022 for at least 2 seasons over 2 years, so we could possibly see them up to either the 60th anniversary, and I really don't want the 60th anniversary to be a regeneration story, so I'm hoping that they do a Time of the Doctor and have, if Joe Martin doesn't do a third series, then go into Christmas or New Year's Day 2023, 2024, and have the regeneration story, then maybe even be a 2-parter if they want to, over both days, and then the 14th Doctor starts Christmas Day 23, New Year's Day 24, and that would be the 15th Doctor with the next show, and yeah, if the show doesn't get cancelled after Series 15. It's not yet been renewed for the 16th series. We'll see how the next 3 series go, 13, 14, and 15, or maybe Series 16 would be commissioned, but only to wrap up the 14th Doctor's year, and then it's after Series 16 we'd have to see about. Yeah, but Series 16 has yet to be commissioned, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting time. We've got 1 more series of Jodie Whittaker, and then we've got at least 2 with Joe Martin, not including cameos in Series 12, and she'll probably have a cameo in Series 13. If not, then we'll go straight to the regeneration story. So yeah, this is going to be an exciting time. I'm just checking my times. I'm actually surprised I got so much information out in such a short time. Usually I take forever. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty exciting time for us Doctor Who fans. Now, I was wondering, maybe they should have saved the announcement of Joe Martin being cast until closer to either Series 13's broadcast or shortly afterwards, or save it as a surprise regeneration, because it does take some focus away from Jodie Whittaker's last series. But the information's out there. It's in the articles below, so I do recommend going to check those out, read those articles, and see what they say, and yeah, read them in full. There's a few videos as well in the articles, so watch those videos, read the full articles in full, and you'll get some information on board. And so yeah, some big news. So all that's left to say is, Jodie Whittaker, thank you for being the 13th Doctor. We will miss you, but we look forward to our your final series as the 13th Doctor. And there's still time if you want to stick around for another series or 2. There's still time, but if you decide not to, thank you very much. And Joe Martin, here's to you. Good luck as the 14th Doctor. Roll on Series 13 come autumn 2021, and Series 14 and 15. Did I say that right? I hope so. And Series 14 and 15 in 2022 and 2023, unless they decide to have another year's gap. Which, in that case, it'd have to be 22, because we need to have as much Doctor Who as possible in 23 due to the anniversary celebrations. Woo! So we'll see how it goes, but it's possible to get Series 14 and 22, 15 and 23, and 16 and 24, possibly even. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to check out the articles down below. And that's about it. Thank you, Jodie Whittaker. Welcome, Joe Martin. And I'll see you guys next time. And don't worry, Series 10 reviews will be coming soon. Well, Series 10 re-reviews, revisitation reviews. I haven't forgotten them. They're coming soon. It's just I haven't had as much time, or I didn't expect to have as much time, but they're coming up soon. Okay, thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Goodbye.